Well, live from the Renaissance Station, that's where the alien eggs are. It's the Geek Show.
Hey, everybody, I put in so much effort for today's show. You guys are not even prepared.
You should not.
Tony, go ahead and hit the. So, one, set the bar way low for your expectations. But two, also, this is how I spent my Friday. Tony, hit the button.
I can't wait to wreck it.
Hi, hello, welcome to another edition of Geek Show Podcast Kid Mutiny. I am your host, Rebecca Frost. Really difficult for me not to go right into Lieutenant Commander. This is not the Star Trek podcast. I am joined by a fun cast of characters today. We have Rob the Devourer of Worlds. Jake Black is here. Say his name and he appears. Sarah is back as well. No headline on her name today.
But we all know that she's secretly Jamie Summers.
I'm Jamie Summers. Just know that in your heart.
Jamie Summers. And Quad T Tony Mordecai and the Rigby's number one biggest fan.
Love me some regular show. Did you already introduce yourself? You did at the beginning.
No.
I did. Yeah, okay. I did it first. I put my oxygen mask on first.
Yeah, that's how they tell you to do it. Can I do a quick shout out before we get started?
Absolutely.
Awesome. Our friend Lang is doing a charity streaming event tonight. It's going on all weekend, actually. Twitch.tv/Plamo Weekender, Plamo Weekender, or you can just go to plamoweekender.com. And it's a charity event. It's all about everything they're showing there is like Gundam related, Gundam models, stuff like that. And Lang knows his stuff about them Gundam models, that's for sure.
Is it one or two M's in Plamo?
One M.
So Plamo.
And they will be specifically streaming 9 p.m. tonight, Mountain Standard Time.
If you are not part of the Geek Show Patreon, where you do get access to our Discord, Lang is always posting stuff, pictures of their Gundams that they build.
It's crazy.
And they're awesome. They're so cool. I wish I had that type of physical
and
creativity
drive.
in me.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, okay.
Sarah comes
hard.
hard.
Okay.
Wow.
Excellent transition. Because let me show you what my ADHD let me do yesterday.
I can't wait.
To Geek Shepherding, everybody.
Oh, no.
This week's episode.
Jesus Christ.
This week's episode will be presented to you in Jeopardy format. So we have 5 categories here. We have trailers, we have movies, we have air quotes, castings, we have category called housekeeping, and then we also have a category for everything we consume. You'll notice.
Whoa.
Yes.
This is
Please
where
hold your criticisms at the end.
No, not criticism and admission. This is where I admit that I treated this exactly like I did homework in school, which is to say I did about 80% of it and said, I'm good with the trailer watching. I was assigned.
Typically before each episode, Carrie or I will share what we plan to talk about this week. And I told everybody, hey, because of the nature of the show I'm running today, only watch these trailers, and I did not tell them anything else for the news from this week. So really, everything within the movies and the castings category, you better have been paying attention to what's been on social media this week.
Damn it.
Oh, great.
I'm so screwed.
Yeah.
I'm so competitive and so bad at being competitive.
And
I'm just trying to figure out where the daily doubles are going to be.
oh, Rob, I cannot wait.
Oh my God. The podcast is just this going forward. It's just this.
Okay, here's the deal. I'm not going to be keeping score. So if somebody would...
Thanks, Taylor Tomlinson.
Point.
Hey, I did all this work, and I'm going to be busy running the show. So if somebody wants to volunteer to keep track of who gets what money...
I was told there would be no math.
then,
Contractually, yeah.
but also... there's no prize, so we don't have to keep track of whoever wins.
Okay,
but
so
also,
the points don't matter, and everything's made up.
It's all made up.
It's
The
Whose
points
podcast is it anyway?
just
Whose
like
podcast
real life.
is it anyway, Van? Got it. So
Exactly,
you're right, you should
Rob.
Just
tell
like
her.
real life, and
Got
literally nothing matters. And also, just like Carrie Jackson, and because I was so embarrassed by the speed of my laptop last week, I printed out the
This
stuff.
is such Taurus behavior, and I'm in love with it.
So far, so
No,
good.
this is my Virgo rising behavior. is
So
what it
far,
is.
so good. No delay, I'm happy to say.
Thank you. It's because I have only 2 tabs open. Okay, so who would like to go first? Any volunteers?
Oh, me.
Okay, Tony, pick a category.
I thought people were going to be more enthusiastic than that.
I also thought people were going to be more enthusiastic, but
all right,
me, I guess. Okay.
We can fix that.
Quad T.
We'll fix it in post.
Yeah, no, we won't.
Okay,
let's go with movies for 300.
Movies for 300. This little blue freak is getting a sequel.
I know.
Yes, Jake.
Stitch. Lilo and Stitch 2. Live action.
Correctamundo. It was announced this
Nice.
week that Lilo and Stitch 2 is moving forward. There was a video that they released, and it showed this little blue guy driving around the lot, causing chaos, just like he does. And literally no other details are announced. So,
See, I heard the hint, and I was like, how dare you call Sonic a little freak? He's a national treasure.
You don't know what he does off screen?
So he can be a freak and a treasure. Those aren't mutually exclusive.
That's fair.
As
come
one
back
who's
to come back to me when Stitch is voiced by Ben Schwartz.
As one who's written 3 Sonic books, I can confirm that.
He's a
Good
freak,
golly.
huh?
Are these books from Tumblr? Or should we know more about that?
Whoa.
They are based on the original movie design.
Okay.
All right, Jake, that's
I got that,
$300 to you, and you get to pick the next category.
Okay, so do the numbers not go away?
Yeah, I can still see
No, they
movies.
don't. So I have
You're tracking that?
Oh, okay.
I'm keeping track. Yeah.
Okay. Let's go to consumed. Oh, I guess are we saving
okay,
consumed
'cause
for
I'll-
later? Yeah, housekeeping
Yeah,
and consumed. Are we
also-
saving?
You can do whatever you want, and I just
No,
want
I
everyone
don't.
to notice that the consumed category is all $500.
Big money.
Because the exact same reason I didn't have bridesmaids at my wedding. I don't like ranking my friends. So
Which I was
everybody-
very upset about, frankly.
Sarah
You
really
were
wanted
number
that
one,
top
Sarah.
spot.
But consumed is just all 500.
Okay, I'm gonna hold off on that then. Let's go castings for 5.
Castings for 5. This recently brought franchise just found its director, and the studio has a wish list of milquetoast white men for the lead character.
That could be literally
Me.
Yes,
Ding.
Tony.
What is James Bond?
Bingo, bango, ha cha cha. James Bond just found its director in Denis Villeneuve, who you might know from beloved series such as Dune and
some
Blade
little
Runner.
movies.
Yes. Yes. Great movies.
Tanya Lapointe, Villeneuve's artistic partner and wife, will serve as an executive producer along with him. And as previously announced, Amy Pascal and David Heyman will also serve as producers. You know what? This one was technically a daily double, and
Heck yeah. I wager 5 million.
my GIF
I-
didn't show up.
I picked the category and the question, so I'm the one that should have been able to bet there, Tony.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, yeah.
Who's keeping
but,
track? Who's keeping points? Viewers
but I'm
gotta
here to
do
burn
that.
it down. So 5 million.
Yeah, it's all good. That's all good. I cede my delegates to you.
Pascal and Heyman said that Denis Villeneuve has been in love with James Bond movies since he was a little boy, and it was always his dream to make this movie, and so now it's ours too. We are lucky to be in the hands of this extraordinary filmmaker. Denis said, some of my earliest movie-going memories are connected to 007. I grew up watching James Bond films with my father. I'm a diehard Bond fan. To me, he's sacred territory. I intend to honor the tradition and open the path for many new missions to come. This is a massive responsibility, but also incredibly exciting for me and a huge honor. Also, I have not confirmed this, but I saw it on the internet. He is only set to do one movie, and he does not get final cut.
Ooh, I don't like
Interesting.
that.
Yeah. But the studio
Something
also...
I-
Oh, go on.
So,
Sorry.
is it
All of
Bezos
these-
that gets it or something?
Bezos gets
I don't
final
know.
cut.
That's
all
just
of
to make
these
sure
nice
that they don't
things-
use a billionaire as the bad guy.
They might. They probably will.
They should.
I'm hoping for...
He's
Rebecca
saying all
should.
these nice things about 007, and I do not remember him saying them about Frank Herbert for Dune, which is very funny to me.
Oh, but I mean, well. But also, there are studios and producers have a wish list of some pretty boring choices
Can
for
I just
James
veto
Bond.
Tom Holland right now?
Amen, brother.
Okay.
Like, let's. So
He-
we've got.
It would just be Kingsman with Tom Holland, quite frankly.
so
That's
we've
what
got.
it
Jacob
James Bond
Elordi.
can't be that tiny. He's too
Jacob,
tiny.
well, okay, but Jacob Elordi too tall.
Nah, there's no such thing.
He's gonna be on a speedboat going under a bridge, and its head's gonna get ripped off.
Yeah,
But we got
well.
Jacob
They're making a
Elordi, Tom
drawbridge.
Holland, and Harris Dixon, who the studios and producers.
Hold on a second.
Have on our
Harris
wish
Dixon?
list.
I don't think I've ever heard that name before.
Harry
Did
Dick?
you see The Iron Claw?
Oh no.
No.
Did you see Baby Girl? He made Nicole Kidman drink milk out of a bowl on the floor.
Wait, I did see the Iron Claw. Who was he in the Iron Claw?
He's one of the brothers.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Yeah, he's the one that's not Zac Efron or Jeremy Allen White.
Oh yeah, that
So,
one.
Rebecca,
Sorry.
what was the clue for this one again?
Casting.
We'll never know.
Okay. Never mind.
This
You know.
it was this recently brought franchise just found its director, and the studio has a wish list of milk
Wish list
toast
of
white
milk toast
men.
white. Yep. Okay. That last
Yeah.
half,
Nailed
spot
it.
on.
Nailed it.
Yeah, yeah. I also would like it on the record that I did not use AI. I wrote all of this by myself. So
Well played.
Do you want a cookie, Rebecca?
It sounds
I'm
like
proud
No,
of you.
she's-
I'm
she's-
so proud of you.
I appreciate your integrity with that, Rebecca.
I also do.
I got a
And I'm
really
going
snap
to
cookie for you
ask
if you need
every
it.
time.
You really need that cookie.
thank you.
I just want to also point out, you mentioned the Iron Claw. For those of you who are not aware of the Von Erich family, they actually eliminated the death of one of the brothers because the movie
They
was
had to
already
cut
so
out-
sad.
They had to cut out some of the
Oh my
tragedy
God.
Oh my
because it was
gosh.
already so tragic.
There was an extra
make
brother
this
that they just
happier.
removed from the movie.
No,
Oh,
there was a
no.
fourth brother?
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
If you haven't seen Iron Claw, highly recommend.
Great
Okay,
movie. Great
Tony, you got that one. You pick
All
another
right.
category.
Let's see. Movies for 300.
Movies. Yeah, that was already taken.
I know.
Screw us, Rob,
Castings.
right? Like, we're-
Let's do castings for 200.
Castings for 200. The songwriting duo of Frozen fame have joined the stage musical adaptation of this movie Rebecca will never watch, so let it go.
Oh, I saw this news. Oh, I know. It's Princess Bride. What is the Princess Bride?
oh no.
Oh yeah, you guys aren't
Nailed
answering
it.
correctly.
You've reminded me how angry I am at you that you'll never watch this movie.
No, it's fine. Okay, so the Emmy and Grammy and Oscar and Tony winning songwriting duo Robert Lopez and Kristen Anderson Lopez, and two-time Tony winning director Alex Timbers and Hamilton producer Jeffrey Seller have joined the in development stage musical adaptation of the beloved cult classic film The Princess Bride. This has been in development since 2019, at least this iteration of it. And The Princess Bride's then producer Disney Theatrical Productions was teamed with David Yazbek, but no more. They're not doing it anymore. So this adaptation has seemed tumultuous, but now we have some iconic songwriting prowess in charge. So
I don't.
Princess Bride needs
Cast-
singing?
Casting
don't.
notices.
Does not.
It doesn't.
Casting notices went out for it as well, including the Andre the Giant role, which is a fascinating
Oh,
casting
that's
notice to
gonna
read.
Yeah, that's going to be tough to
who would
fill.
you put?
Well, does he have to sing?
Probably.
Come on, Alan Richardson. Duh.
Oh,
Alan Richardson.
I need him.
That's
I need
a really
him
good
to
choice,
be a
actually,
song
Rob.
Who
dance
dat
man.
though? Who is that?
Reacher, Sarah, have you
Reacher.
watched Reacher?
He was,
Oh,
That's
he
not.
was,
That's boy stuff, guys. That's
Oh.
not for me.
Swole
come on,
Lock
man.
Holmes, the vanilla gorilla.
Well, did you ever watch Titans?
What? What?
he was Aquaman
You
on
watched
Smallville.
CW's Titans, or I guess it was
Okay.
on HBO Max.
I think I can picture. Is he a bit? He's a big dude. Then he's big.
He's-
Oh,
All right,
he's
all right.
he's okay. He's
Oh, wait,
so
wait.
large.
Is it the Reacher guy who like seems like he's conservative, but he's actually super left and awesome and
Correct.
huge?
Yep.
That guy rules.
That's
Okay,
correct.
I'm into it.
Yeah. He's so big.
How
is
big
he?
is
How big
That in the
is-
How
most
big is he?
recent season, they brought in an even bigger man for him to fight,
See-
and
you
we,
talking
the audience,
about?
were like, "How is this physically possible?"
That's what. Well, that's the other thing I was going to say. You could get Oliver Richters, who is the Dutch giant on YouTube. He's called the Dutch Giant on YouTube. He's 7'2" and almost as big
Whoa.
around
Okay,
as Alan
I'll
Richardson.
raise your Swedish guy and raise you one. I'll see your Swedish guy, raise you one Shaquille O'Neal. There.
He's got enough brand deals. I don't need him.
He's too charismatic.
I concede.
He's too beautiful and charismatic.
I concede Shaq as Andre would be amazing.
And hopefully
or Fezzik,
people forget.
Shaq.
And hopefully it'll make people forget. What was it?
Steel?
Shazam. Whatever the movie was where he was a
Steel.
genie.
Oh,
yeah.
You want people to remember
Kazam.
Steel?
No,
That was
Shazam.
Kazam.
Yeah. Hopefully make people forget that.
Sansi in
Forget
chat says the
Kazam.
guy who played the Mountain, I'm presuming from Game of Thrones.
Oh, Hafthor Bjornsson. Yeah, I know his name off the top of my head.
Ooh, gender
love
swap
him.
it. Gwendolyn Christie.
That would be cool too.
That would
Yep.
rule. I'm into that.
Egg also makes a good point that these two, Robert and Kristen, started in Broadway with Avenue Q, and they have Tonys for Avenue Q and the Book of
The
Mormon.
Book of Mormon. Yep.
Good job,
Isn't
Egg.
that fun? Isn't that fun?
Also, Richardson can already sing. So
Yeah, Sarah, you should watch Reacher.
Okay.
Swole.
Did you watch The Princess Bride?
Yeah, did you watch?
Guys,
I'll
stop-
watch Reacher
stop.
when you watch
No,
The Princess Bride.
hang
This is
on.
leverage for me.
we already have a
Okay.
deal on the table from a couple weeks ago. I'll watch all of the original series.
You guys need better
If
chips
Rebecca-
to play.
Come on, what's better than the original series?
Yeah,
According to you.
Tony watching the original series. That's like 80 hours. and you have to
7,000
sit through, like 75 minutes.
Exactly.
Yes.
You're gonna get
Okay.
a better trade.
Jake and
How-
Tony,
how-
you guys have already picked. We gotta let somebody else pick a new new category. Rob, why don't you pick a category for us?
I'll take trailers for 400.
Trailers for 400. Josh Brolin wants to know what happened to the children in this trailer for a horror movie from the director of Barbarian.
What is?
Sarah.
No, I don't want to take it from Rob.
Oh,
No,
Rob.
go ahead.
No.
I got to
Weapons.
get the question.
What happened to what Josh Brolin wants to know? What happened to the children in this trailer? Weapons. I'm so stoked. I thought it would be 500. I'm shocked you put it at 400. I didn't think I was gonna get it. I can't wait for this movie. I'm so stoked.
Yeah, there was a new trailer for Weapons, which I was trying to avoid, but I couldn't avoid because I am just so excited for this movie. We do see a little bit more scary stuff and mystery stuff in this trailer. I encourage you to give it a watch. Benedict Wong, we get a better look at Benedict Wong, and whatever he's doing with his eyeballs is super scary in it.
This show
And-
looks creepy.
It looks creepy.
It's also how the Ragers run in the new 28 Days Later movie, and it freaks me out. What they
They do not run
They,
like
they
that.
Yeah, they do, they
Naruto run?
No,
They do the
not.
no, yeah, they do, and it freaks me out. They do.
Huh.
I don't like.
That's
it.
all I thought of the first half of this trailer. I was like, why are the kids running like Naruto?
But you'll notice
going on here?
Benedict Wong, he was also running this way when he was running in the trailer.
True.
They're trying
Virus?
to generate lift. Duh.
Clearly.
Yeah.
I wish Jay was here because Jay has a really funny bit about the Naruto run.
Oh, well, text him.
Oh well, I will. I'll text him.
See if he'll pop in.
Okay.
Weapons comes out August 8th, so soon, right around the corner. Sarah, why don't you go ahead and pick another category? For us?
no. Okay. I will do. Which one have we not done? We've not done housekeeping.
Movies for 300.
I'll do housekeeping for 200.
Housekeeping for 2. Oh, Garon jump scare.
Damn it!
Oh, he's so excited to see us. Look at that.
I did not appreciate this at all.
Yeah, no, who could? Who could?
Wow.
Yeah, do you want to try again?
I love
I
that.
do. Okay. God damn you. Housekeeping for 500.
Housekeeping for 500.
Oh,
The
if it was
American
Galrod
healthcare
again, I was going to
system-
die.
The American healthcare system is a racket, isn't it? Especially for our friend.
Oh, our friend.
I
Lee.
got this one.
Yes, Rob.
What is Venmo for Obi-Wan Kenobi?
Correctamundo. Upon the screen, you will see, if you are watching at home, a Venmo link for our friend Lee, who keeps fighting that battle, and he seems to be doing well, but you guys who live here in the United States know this is terrible here. So if you can, chuck some schmeckles the way of our friend Lee George Cade at Obi-Wan Kenobi over on Venmo. And maybe someday he'll come back to the show. Who knows?
With your support, you can bring Lee
He'll
back
be-
to the show.
He'll be back. Just got to have
He'll be
faith.
back. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Thank you, George Michael.
Rob, you got that one. Why don't you go ahead and pick
did.
again?
Let's do trailers for 100.
trailers for one. I keep clicking on the StreamYard, and that's not where this thing is. From an Oscar-winning director, this movie pairs Emma Stone and Jesse Plemons again in a remake of a South Korean sci-fi film.
I watched Ding Ding.
Yes, Tony.
Borgio. Was that
Bugonia.
Bugonia. Nailed it first try.
This is the latest movie from director Yorgos Lanthimos, who Emma Stone really likes to work with because he's weird.
Oh, Poor Things turned my brain inside out.
I love
Things.
Poor Things so much. I did not like Kinds of Kindness. Not one bit. Not one
Kinds
bit
of
did I
Kindness
like it.
is a divisive movie.
It is.
Bugonia is about two conspiracy-obsessed men who kidnap a CEO of a major company when they become convinced that she's an alien who wants to destroy Earth.
So when I saw
Tracks.
this trailer, the first thing in my mind was, oh crap, Brightburn. Because they did all of the B references, and I'm like, oh, it's Brightburn too.
James Gunn helmed Brightburn. Yeah.
No, not James
got-
Gunn helmed. James Gunn produced, but it was, I think, his brother who actually directed it.
Oh, I think you're right. I think it was his brother.
Sean Gunn?
No,
Other
No,
brother?
other brother.
it was
Like
either
the-
other brother or a cousin, but it was not James Gunn.
Either
Winchester
way.
Gunn?
Manchester?
Winchester.
Oh, Winchester.
Have y'all read Ender's Game?
Yeah.
Not in a long
I got a lot
time.
of weird Ender's Game vibes from this.
Really?
About like
Oh, really?
yeah, just like talking about like the bees and the queen and all that stuff like that. And also aliens. Like that's the hive.
And that's where I got the Brightburn references from.
All right.
Oh really?
Mhm.
I didn't recognize that. I'm sorry.
Well, we can figure out
I
once
didn't
and for
recognize
all.
it either, Sarah, and I wrote the Ender's Game encyclopedia. So
Oh, you
It's-
did, Jake.
I did.
Shut
yeah.
up.
Hey,
That
literally
rules.
reference any kind of IP, and Jake will tell you.
Like, oh, yeah, I wrote
What he
some
wrote
of that.
for
I wrote it. I wrote it.
I wrote something. Yeah.
Well, Bugonia hits theaters on October 31st, so we can find out then. Tony, you got that one? Why don't you go ahead and pick again
let's
for us?
do Housekeeping for 400.
Housekeeping for 400. Let me be an ambassador for your brand, movie theater seats that moves. This is really just a moment. I'm going to take this one. This is really just a moment for me to shout out Debox. And
Did they pay
if
you
any-
for this?
Am
no,
I still getting my money?
Not for this one, no.
no. I really, hey, Debox, if you're watching or listening, let me be an ambassador for your brand. I would
Oh my
see
God.
every single movie in Debox seats. Materialists, let me see it in Debox. I recently saw the movie F1 in Debox and had the time of my life, and I'll talk about that a little bit later when we get to what we consumed. So,
Are they shipped in D bags?
Got him.
But ching.
all right, well.
Wait,
Broke
sorry. I had to
Rebecca.
let my cat in. I have questions about D-Box.
Yeah,
Please don't.
I'm happy to answer them as the Debox ambassador.
Okay, thank you. I've never used a D-Box seat, a douchebag seat. Please tell me why you like it so much.
My favorite
it's
experience in the
douche
Debox seats is when
box.
I went to go see Star Wars The Phantom Menace. And I don't know if you recall anything about The Phantom Menace, but it's when we are introduced to the
not.
concept of pod racing.
I do.
And imagine sitting in a chair and feeling the chair move alongside the pod racing scene
okay,
on the screen.
this is my
so you
exact-
can say in theater, now this is pod racing, and have your arms up
this leads
and,
just like
and shake around.
this leads into my next concern, which is someone with motion sickness. I do not want these in every theater because that
Hey,
will ruin
fun
the
fa-
experience for me.
Fun fact one, you don't have to sit in them. And fun fact number two, they come with adjustment levels, so you can change the intensity of how rockin'
Okay.
you want the seat to be.
Thank you,
And
D-Box.
where
Can you
was
sit
your
still?
podcast, your pod racing setting?
How was
All
it?
the way- all
the way up,
max,
right?
max, max, max,
Yeah.
max.
Max.
Yeah, all the way up. I saw it Twisters last year in D-Box. Yeehaw was chasing
Oh
them,
my god, that
chasing them
sounds so
Twisters.
fun actually in Twisters.
it
God, I love
was.
Twisters so much.
I just want to know how the chicken jockey scene in Minecraft would have gone in one of those.
Enough.
A bridge too far, Jake. A bridge too far.
That's it. I'll mute him. I'll mute him.
Okay, so I stole that last one. So who I'm
And
gonna let...
also the other one before that in Housekeeping, you stole that too.
No, Rob
No,
got that one.
I got that one.
No, the meme, the Star Trek shit that popped up.
Two times ago.
Oh, I mean,
Yeah, 2 times ago.
Yeah.
yeah, but then I let you pick again. So I'm gonna let you guys fight amongst yourselves to pick which one you want to talk about now.
Movies for 300.
Tony, try again.
Now someone else can pick.
Castings for 5.
Jake, when's the last time-
that was
Okay.
also taken already?
If there was only some way to know.
Sarah just invited me to return to the
I
show.
invited Jake, so
I'm doing my best, you guys.
Is that
Thank you for
blood?
this fun podcast experience, Rebecca. We're having so much fun today. Thank you for all the hard work you've done on this.
Rebecca, hold that up again. Is that blood on that paper?
My blood, sweat, and tears.
I knew it.
It's like blood.
It's this red marker.
It looks like tear-shaped blood, in fact. Let's do trailers for 2.
Trailers for 2. Thank you, Jake, one who's been paying attention.
But that was only by Sarah's invitation.
This based on a true story flick. Channing Tatum robs McDonald's restaurants and lives/hides in a Toys R Us. Rob,
What
hands
is?
up.
I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid. The Roof Man.
Ding, ding,
this
ding.
is the one I didn't watch. I'm so sad I didn't. 'Cause it sounds
Sarah,
cool.
this looks so good.
I'm
This-
excited.
This trailer looks so much fun. I have watched it a couple of times. Hilariously directed by the guy who did A Place Beyond the Pines and the other sad one that Ryan
Bummer
Gosling
movies.
did. So
Drive?
I no,
Not-
has blue in the title. But My Blue Valentine sounds right. Anyway, so I'm starting to wonder if Ryan Gosling wasn't available for this movie, so they have Channing Tatum, who I just love Channing Tatum. I love the
Yeah.
energy he exudes. But he plays a man who, after escaping from prison, a former soldier and professional thief, Jeffrey Manchester, finds a hideout inside a Toys R Us, surviving undetected for months while planning his next move. And this movie has an excellent cast: Channing Tatum, Kirsten Dunst, Lakeith Stanfield, Juno Temple, and Peter Dinklage. Peter Dinklage in this
Juno.
trailer, given all kinds of hilarity. Really
Yes.
enjoyed it. And you can see
He's
this on October 10th.
Dinklage is the manager of the Toys R Us, I believe.
Oh,
He
God.
is.
Yeah.
And he's
Good for
accusing
him.
he's fat shaming other employees because he's accusing them of stealing
Peanut M&Ms.
peanut M&M.
Oh
No,
my
the green,
God.
just the green ones though.
Alrighty, Rob, you got that one. Why don't you take us into another venture?
Oh, let's do. Have we done castings for 5 yet?
We have
Castings for 4.
castings for 4. If you were the writer and director of a sequel to this movie, you would have written and directed a sequel to this movie. He did, and he is. Sarah.
What?
Oh wait, is this
Who's
based
George
on
Lucas?
only the
No.
only the trailers that you gave us homework to watch?
No, this is not
it
in the trailers category.
Is it Tron?
Oh, bop, 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 bop. Nope, sorry. Who else wants to try?
That was excellent on the Jeopardy sound there. So,
That was the time running out song.
yeah.
Oh, if you'd have let me know, I could have put that on my soundboard for you.
I was trying to be a
Oh, that's right. Yeah, secrets. Okay. Freak, I don't know. I mean, this was announced this week.
Out.
This was announced this week.
Stitch 2.
Gosh.
I already used that answer, Jake.
Well, I'm so sorry, but we've run out of time. The answer is Aaron Sorkin and
Oh
the
my
Social
God.
Network.
I can't believe that this is. I purged this from my memory because I'm so angry that it's happening.
This is the first I'm hearing of this. What's the
Jake,
premise
I'm
of it?
shocked. I'm actually shocked. So, Aaron Sorkin has been tapped to not only write the sequel but also direct the sequel.
Not now, Aaron. No,
Not-
we don't need it.
But here's the thing: if big Aaron Sorkin fans know, right? Aaron Sorkin, the writer, awesome. Aaron Sorkin, the director, whoa, I don't know about that. David Fincher directed the first one, which is why it was amazing. But David Fincher's got some weird deal with Netflix going on, and so he's directing all these like Netflix things. The original screenplay for this upcoming sequel, The Social Network 2, it is not a straight sequel, but rather a follow-up, and the new screenplay explores the story behind the Wall Street Journal's The Facebook Files by Jeff Horowitz, an explosive series of articles published in October 2021 that exposed the inner workings of and multiple harms caused by the world's largest social network.
Okay.
Oh, is this about the body image with teens and shit?
I'm sure that's
No,
a
this is about
factor.
January 6th.
Is it really?
That's
Well,
even
so
better.
Sorkin has
part of it.
noted on several occasions his interest in doing a follow-up, but couldn't find the right angle. Following the events of January 6th, when the U.S. Capitol was attacked, Sorkin found new inspiration, saying in an interview last year that he believed Facebook played a part. He stresses that it's not a January 6th movie and will not just focus on the 2020 election, but also Facebook's effect on teens, preteens, violence, and countries outside of the U.S.
So it will only run outside of the U.S. then, is what I understand.
Jeez.
That's what I'm hearing.
I
Starting to
suspect
sound-
a lawsuit will be titled
There
after this
is-
movie.
Probably get an executive order passed down that says that it can't be screened in the U.S.
There is a documentary on HBO Max. I don't know if it's still there. I hope it's still there. Called Q Into the Storm. If you haven't watched that,
I have seen that. It's good.
I think it would be a good warm up for this movie. Anyway, Aaron Sorkin returning to the big screen. Any fans of Aaron Sorkin here in the house?
His West Wing stuff and his newsroom
right?
stuff.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I'm expecting Jake to at least raise his hand a little bit.
Well, I'm glad I'm welcomed back. And yeah, West Wing. West Wing.
Okay. Well, who wants to pick
Final
Sarah?
Jeopardy.
No,
I will do. We haven't done trailers for 5, have we?
We have not done trailers for 5.
I will do that one. I know what this
Oh,
is. gonna
Garon jump scare. Oh, Sarah, tough luck.
Man, that's twice.
be. This is evil.
You got a good eye for that, Sarah.
I do.
Tough
I can
luck.
smell them. I can smell.
But
She could
but
smell
they're not as good as eyes as Gowron has.
She could smell a Galrond a parsec away.
Garon jump scare. How dare you?
Tough. Do you want to try again?
No,
we
I
have
refuse.
not done trailers for 300.
Oh my God! Trailers for 300. I know. This is.
Oh, a daily double.
GIF action.
I don't know. I never watched Jeopardy. I don't know what Daily Double is.
This
Need
is
to get
really just for funsies.
I'm gonna leave. You are humiliating me.
It just in Jeopardy, daily double means you get to bet as much as you want of the funds that you have earned.
Yeah, so Sarah, it
$400.
looks like you have earned $400.
$400. I would like to bet $400.
Okay,
For
cool.
what?
One
What
of
am I
the-
betting on?
A true
One of the
daily double.
panelists has once again worked themselves up about Sue Storm's era inaccurate hair.
Is it me? It's you.
Ooh, that's Rob.
Who is Rebecca Frost?
Hi. Okay, so
Who is
there was a
Rebecca Frost and Sarah Everett? Because I hate this. It's bad.
there is a final Fantastic Four trailer released this week, and it looks very fun. However, I once again am furious at some of the decisions made in regards to the hair of one Miss Sue Storm. So here you can see how her hair is presented to us in these trailers, but also in the most recent trailer, we see a reporter with what looks to be a big poofy.
Bouffant hairdo.
Dolly
Bouffant
Parton ass
hairdo.
Bouffant. Yeah.
Which tells me, oh, so it is possible to do this type of hair in this movie.
They probably decided it was too distracting to have that on the screen all the time.
Vanessa Kirby's already so beautiful.
She's already so distracting.
So here's the thing. Here's
Fair
an
enough.
artist rendering that I found on the internet
Yes, correct.
of Sue Storm with the hair on Vanessa Kirby, and I don't know. We could have had it all. Everybody.
Okay,
had it
but
all.
I mean, Sue has also gone through a bajillion hairstyles. Now, granted, for the origin movie, she did have the she was always drawn with the bouffant, so I understand people wanting that. But you also had that hairstyle on Gwen Stacy for the longest time.
I was just going to
You
say
also-
that looks more like Gwen Stacy to me than.
Yeah. And so
Well,
it's
this
like-
isn't a Spider-Man movie, though. This is a Fantastic
It
Four
could
movie.
be because Spider-Man's
that.
part of the Fantastic Four sometimes.
Oh, take that.
But
Yeah, get him.
this is era specific, and Gwen Stacy is not. So this takes precedence in
if
my
they're
opinion.
gonna do that, I
What
wanted
if-
to
okay, but
dress
what
in
if-
the- I wanted
Don't
to-
present to me
That's it,
a retro 60s era inspired movie
I
and
want
not
her-
What
give
if
me
they
this
have her having
hairstyle.
multiple hairstyles in the movie?
Maybe.
Unlikely.
I'm just saying it is accurate. She's just turned the accurate portions invisible.
Oh.
You
like
were
it.
doing some
What he said.
backbending here
What he
that is
said.
impressive.
Yeah,
Jake.
careful.
That's my second strike.
Yeah, you're so
No, I'll allow
nice,
it.
dude. All right. Well, Rob, you got you got that one. So, would you like to pick another? There's a lot in the movies category we haven't done.
Have we done movies for
300.
100?
I swear to God, movies for 100. The script is seemingly finished for this long-awaited and much-anticipated comic book movie sequel.
Oh, I know.
Yes, Jake.
The Batman. A
Correct,
movie that I
Emilio.
absolutely hated, as you may
Are you
recall.
kidding
from
me?
a previous-
Hated.
Oh, yes. No,
Yeah,
no.
we
That's
talked
right,
about
we
it on
did.
the show.
We
Yeah.
did.
Jake,
Yeah.
we are fighting now. That shocks me.
Sarah, it's only because the Riddler is my favorite villain, and
I see.
Yeah,
You don't like what they did with the Riddler.
It's a very
I
different
do not,
take.
no.
Yeah.
In the last,
Interesting.
but the Riddler. Oh, okay, all right. I'll allow that.
After
That's
party.
fine.
After party.
After party.
Well, okay, so Matt Reeves and Mattson Tomlin have posted a picture on Instagram that conveys that they have finished the script for the Batman Part 2. Reeves captioned the post, which is a collab share with writer Tomlin, partners in crime, parentheses, fighters. The caption cleverly alludes to Robin, maybe?
We're finally getting Marlon Wayans as Robin. Hallelujah.
Jeez Louise.
A Robin that's older than the Batman.
You know.
Well, Alfred's already the world's greatest detective in that movie, so
Also fair.
I
it up.
am
Just
very
mix it up.
sad that we never got JGL Nightwing Robin from the first
Well,
one. I
there's
thought he
still
would have
time.
been so good.
He would have been a good Nightwing
old
for
now.
sure.
Yeah. Mhm.
Jake, you didn't like the Batman. Wow. You're the
Ugh.
first person I've ever heard say that.
He's
Well,
the second for me, and the first
I-
one was a terrible person. Sorry.
Oh,
Well,
no, I will say this really quickly for those of you that didn't hear the explanation last time we talked about it. I want the Riddler to be goofy. I want the Riddler to be silly because the Riddler is silly. I don't
You
want the
didn't think he
Riddler
was
to be
silly.
a true-born terrorist that could
murderous
actually
lunatic.
happen. Yeah.
Did you like the Riddler in the Harley Quinn cartoon?
Oh, of course.
Yeah. I
yeah,
thought
'cause
that
he's
was
goofy.
Pretty great. Yeah.
and jacked.
Yeah. By the end of where they're at, yeah, 'cause he has to run in that wheel forever.
Well, we won't get to see this until October 7th, 2027. So, and this was also, I don't know if you, yeah, I know. And I don't know if you recall, but James Gunn was asking for everyone to get off Matt Reeves' back about this because
Yeah.
we had been waiting, and everyone's like, when are we going to get a script, Matt Reeves? When are we going to get a script? And now we have it. So y'all can chill. All right.
I will say that Robin is my favorite character in all of the Bat family.
Which Robin?
It doesn't matter.
Oh,
They
really?
they all have a very specific spot in my heart for each of them. So if he's coming, I'll be there first day.
Yay.
Wait. So what if? Wait, there's an allusion to Robin, but what if it was either Stephanie or Kelly or Carrie?
I don't care.
Girl.
I love Robin. All
right. Well, Jake, you get to pick.
Oh yeah. Let's do housekeeping for one.
Housekeeping for one. Your one-stop shop for t-shirts, flags, and hats. For now.
Oh, what's gonna happen?
I thought that might be the thing.
Oh wait, we have to answer the question.
Yeah, you gotta
I
answer.
got it.
What
Yes,
is
Tony.
Geek Show store? Geekshow.store.
Geekshow.store. Listen, you can get hats, you can get t-shirts, you can get a flag, you can get a lanyard, you can get a hoodie for when it gets cold again, and a hat for when it's hot, which is like right now. So,
I'm
know,
always threatening to wear my
for
Geek Show
now.
shirt, and then I never do. It's audience retention, and I apologize.
hey, we're always threatening to get rid of the store. And we never
Threats
do,
all
so.
around.
I know.
Please
I feel like
buy the merch.
I talked about this last week. I feel like I need to get my Geek Show shirt like last week.
Better do
I
it.
need to get an
Don't-
OG
Carrie,
shirt. I'll get an
Carrie
OG
gets
one.
back next week. So.
I know that's the point. Is he gets back
Everybody-
on like the 3rd or something. So
Run and get your merch now before it's gone.
All right, Tony, why don't you go
What's-
ahead and pick for us again?
What's one we haven't done yet?
Let's see. We've got housekeeping for 300, castings for 100 and 300, movies for 200, 400, and 500.
All right. Movies for 300.
No, Tony, I swear to God.
No, it's a good bit, and I'm loving it. Good job,
kill
Tony.
you.
Keep it up.
Did you say 400 is not done yet on movies?
Correct.
No, 400 then.
Get ready to fight. 2 actors cast in this adaptation.
Oh, I
of
know
our
this one.
take.
I know this
yes,
one. I know
yes,
this one.
Jake.
Yes, former WWE champion Roman Reigns and Jason Momoa are appearing in Street Fighter, and there's a bunch of others that they named.
Close.
Too,
Oh.
but Roman Reigns and Jason Momoa were also announced this week.
Well,
For Street Fighter.
no, they were announced previously.
Roman Reigns wasn't, I don't think.
He
Well,
was.
I think the answer is just what is Street Fighter, right?
Yeah, yeah. I said Street Fighter. Yeah,
Okay.
You did.
so-
I did get there.
We
So
got
listen,
there.
okay, so listen, you're not wrong. Jason Momoa and Roman Reigns are in this movie, but we have cast Kalina Lang. She was most recently seen in Steven Soderbergh's most recent supernatural thriller Presence, which I didn't care for, but she was great in it. She will play Chun-Li. And then Andrew Schulz will play Dan Hibiki. And I don't know anything about him except he's a comedian.
Didn't know that.
All I know is
who
if they're
it
going to
is.
go game accurate, she better start doing some
Bulking
squats
up?
because
Yeah.
Chun-Li's got the thick thighs.
She does have the thick thighs. It was embarrassing trying to look through Chun-Li photos.
You can't.
I think you
There
mean
you go.
Chun-Li art.
There you go.
Yeah, see,
I feel like
Tony?
Rebecca.
Yeah.
he's
that-
got it right there.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, she is so over proportioned. Like, it's crazy.
So I will say it is not confirmed that this guy is playing Dan Hibiki, but sources
even-
say
I don't even know who Dan Hibiki is. He must be one of the newer characters.
the chats lighten up about this character. Egg,
Oh,
they
Dan
cast
is a
Dan
joke?
question mark exclamation point. He's a joke
Dan is a
character.
joke
Tack says Dan is a goofball character that is not in the same league as the rest of the fighters.
That's hilarious.
Well, casting a comedian, then that would make sense.
All right.
Oh,
well,
yeah,
Jake,
true.
Jake, I'm gonna let you have.
All right. Well, I appreciate that. I was just
Yeah.
super jazzed about the Roman Reigns news. Movies for what's left on movies?
Movies for
5.
200 or 500.
Let's do 5.
5. I have no plans ever to retire, says this legendary film director.
All of them?
Steven
Feels like-
Spielberg.
Sarah, ding 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 a ding ding. Steven Spielberg.
Did not pose it in the form of a question.
Hey,
I've never seen one single episode of Jeopardy. Who is Steven
Not
Spielberg?
my fault.
I feel like even if you've never seen Jeopardy, you still have I feel like it's
I
present enough
got
in the
there.
zeitgeist.
I got
Yeah,
there.
exactly. It's part of the
Give it
cultural
to me.
zeitgeist.
So this week there was a dedication for a theater in Steven Spielberg's name that's adjacent to Universal Studios Park, and he says. Let's see. Steven Spielberg has witnessed many a change of fortune for the studio during his multi-decade tenure, but he described its current state as a rebirth, and I don't mean Jurassic World rebirth opening July 2nd, he quipped.
But I'm ching.
Everybody. Yeah, he also described the changes in the studio's corporate owners over the decades as a time of many fathers, not all of which were so great. But in the Comcast era, he said he finds himself back in a loving family and thanked Langley, Roberts, and Kavanaugh. I mean the rebirth of the belief in the people that work as a family, as a community, as a team to make good things happen, he said. He ended his remarks by saying, I'm making a lot of movies and I have no plans ever to retire, which...
Cool.
He's going
Yeah.
in for Mel Brooks.
he is. I do want to say, I had to cut a lot of stories, and Mel Brooks story is one of them. We can talk about them
After party.
in the after party. All right. So Sarah, all that remains: movies for 200, castings for 100, and housekeeping for 300.
Movies for 200.
Movies for 200.
Jump scare. Oh.
Oh, I would have loved it.
Taika Waititi
I just
will
saw
not
this one.
get to make this live action movie due to the rights reverting back to Kodansha, a manga publisher.
Can I take it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is Akira?
Bingo, bango, ha cha cha.
I'm actually relieved that they are having trouble doing this because I don't want a live action.
Okay, well,
Yeah, not
apparently
everything
they've
needs a
had
live
trouble.
action Remake.
Apparently, they've had trouble for more than 2 decades. The rights have reverted back to Kodansha, the publisher that first put out the story in 1982. it's been a nightmare apparently trying to get this thing made.
It's God telling us to not do it. Stop doing it.
Most recently, in 2017, Taika Waititi came on board to help write and direct a take. That version 2 went pretty far. The project nabbed California film tax credits and had a May 21st, 2021 release date. It would have gone up against John Wick Chapter 4. But then Taika got busy with Jojo Rabbit, The Mandalorian, Thor, Love and Thunder. Schedule kept shifting, and Taika Waititi never recommitted, and the project's been dormant ever since.
I do think Taika would do a good job, but
Really?
I think he would. I like it. I like his stuff. I like Jojo Rabbit. I like Thor.
I don't know if this is as much
Yeah,
in his
maybe you're
wheelhouse.
right.
They would have
What
had
were
to
you gonna
change a
say?
few things, I think, especially the end. I think they would. I think they would have pulled a Watchmen and somehow changed the end to not be a giant human blob monster, just like they didn't do a giant squid at the end of Watchmen.
But there's another reason for not putting a giant squid in Watchmen, because you need to have another 30 minutes of movie to tell the story of where the thing came from.
Yeah, sure, but
And it was already long enough.
Doesn't mean they can't change it for some other dumb reason in Akira.
But also, before you go back to the board on this, that slide scene with Akira, with Kaneda on the bike, is one of the most reproduced scenes in animation.
Oh yeah,
there are tons of movies, TV shows, etc., that will use that kind of slide for one of their dramatic character moments.
Most recently and notably, Nope. They used that in the movie Nope. Isn't that fun? Isn't that fun?
It is fun.
good movie.
Wait, one more comment. Because it's adjacent to Cowboy Bebop, in terms of just being one of the most popular animes, I did not like the Cowboy Bebop live action. I didn't finish it, which maybe I should. Did not like the first couple episodes, and so I dropped out. And so I'm prejudging that I just also would not like an Akira live action, unfortunately. So that's all.
Excellent. Well, Sarah, you get to pick again. There's castings for 100, castings for 300, housekeeping for 300.
Movies for 300.
No, the movies category is
100.
done. Castings for 100. This 2000s era Jackass is set to host a reboot of a reality show formerly hosted by a real-life Jackass.
What?
Rob.
Who was Johnny Knoxville?
Bingo, bingo, ha-cha-cha.
Oh, he's rebooting Fear Factor?
They are indeed rebooting Fear Factor, being hosted by Johnny Knoxville, who you know from Jackass in the early 2000s.
He's the
We
one
go
to
back-
do it. I think.
Yeah, for sure.
I would go back to Steven Spielberg's comments about how great Comcast is now and just leave it there.
Well, you know what? I'm going to give this a shot because with Joe Rogan hosting it, at the time it felt a little disingenuous because he wasn't like weird at the time. But
Yeah,
Johnny Knoxville's done
Crazy.
all of this
He's gonna
stuff.
have a great
know?
Well, they're
time
also saying
watching
that he
people.
won't be afraid to do the challenges.
That's what I'm saying.
With
Like,
the
True.
contestants.
that's what I'm
He
saying.
is described as a champion of fearless entertainment. His wild sense of humor, unmatched ability to push boundaries and take on the extreme makes him the perfect fit to lead this bold new reinvention of Fear Factor.
And he was so great in Men in Black too.
Oh my god!
You know what?
No, he was. He was. Rob, stop.
So they're also doing something different for this iteration of Fear Factor. It will introduce an ongoing gameplay element to the show with all the contestants living together and competing for a grand prize at the end of the season. Whereas
so it's Big
previously
Brother.
the show
Big Brother.
It is different. Okay.
it sounds honestly like a nightmare. Okay.
Knoxville living in the
Perfect
house
for
too.
Johnny Knoxville.
Yeah, is he there too?
I don't know.
Probably
I don't know that I
not.
want to live with Johnny Knoxville.
Dude, he would absolutely destroy people in pranks if he lived with them. Just
Oh my
he would
god!
crush their spirit.
I wonder if they'd have the Jackass boys over, just like pop
Yeah.
on by and do
They've
some
got
stuff.
to.
Giant mouth
Steve-O.
craps in people's beds. It'll be
Just that
great.
big hand that slaps people when you walk around the corner.
Oh man.
Okay,
Stupid,
Rob,
but
we have castings for 300 or housekeeping for 300.
Castings. 300.
Castings for 300.
Gowron. Oh.
This action star is finally crossing off a bucket list item, starring in a rom-com.
Okay, me.
Do you want to answer,
Drax.
Sarah?
Who is Drax? Yeah.
Dave
I remember-
Bautista.
Dave Bautista. I totally lost it. I know who Dave Bautista is.
Sure you do.
Paramount Pictures has acquired the rights to The Romantic, a romantic comedy spec from Deborah Kaplan and Harry Elfont, with Dave Bautista attached to star. The film tells the story of best-selling romance author Francine London, who has a secret. She's actually a 6'4" mountain of a man named Ed Schwenke. When Ed's identity comes under scrutiny, he hires a wild card of a woman to pose as Francine at a romance fiction convention while evading a cynical female journalist who hates romance even more than she hates liars. No director is attached, but here's the thing. Dave Bautista has been vocal for years about how he would love to be in a rom-com.
This is so cute.
Great.
He has said in the past, I know I'm not your typical rom-com lead. I'm a little rougher on the edges, but I always, look in the mirror and I ask myself, am I that unattractive? Is there something that unappealing about me that excludes me from these parts? He added that while he's never had an offer to do a rom-com, he had high hopes about checking this off his bucket list and would keep searching until he found the right opportunity.
It's so cute.
I love this for him.
I think I've said this before on the show, maybe. But if you think about all of the wrestlers that turned actors,
He's the best one.
No one would have ever thought that he would be the best one because he is miles
True.
ahead of everybody. But if you look at his work in WWE, not the best actor.
Maybe he took some lessons in between.
It wasn't his
He just had to
calling.
find his right venue.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, well, I hope this, knock on wood, hope this works out for him. Sarah, we have housekeeping for 300. Unless you want to jump right over to the consumed categories.
I will do housekeeping for 300. Thank you.
All right. For the price of a cup of coffee, you could enjoy the after party, early TV show in space, and time closet videos.
What
I know.
is...
Yes, Jake.
What's Patreon?
Geekshow Patreon, geekshowgotthiscovered.com. You can go there. You, like I said in the previous slide, you get the TV show in space early. You get to join us for the after party where we're going to keep this party going, and among a bunch of other things. And it is, you can pay $3.50 or you can pay whatever you want. Like, we're just happy to have you. So you also get access to our Discord, which is fun. It's a fun place to be. So thank you.
I just want to say that this is the perfect example of what I love the most about Jeopardy, is if I asked someone,
the ad placements.
No. If I asked someone
That's my
what is
favorite.
Patreon, and you came back with that answer, like, did you answer my question?
Did I? I don't know.
That's what we like about it. You just don't know. Maybe.
Okay, all we have left is the housekeeping category. Who wants to go first?
Consumed, you mean?
Or
Consumed.
consumed, excuse me. Tony, which consumed for which dollar amount?
I will take movies for 300, please.
No, I swear to God, I'm going to kill you.
No, I love it.
I-
Keep doing
500.
it.
What?
I said consume for 500.
This panelist might talk about Red Dead Redemption 2.
Who is Sarah?
Bingo bango.
You
Sarah.
way too long. Okay. So are we doing? Are we wrapping it up now? Okay,
Yeah,
great.
we're
What did you consume?
I finished my playthrough for the second time of Red Dead Redemption 2. Broke my heart. So sad, cried, very touching moments. And I ended the stream immediately after. There was no, we're not going to move on to... I know,
no
we're not gonna move
Talking
on to-
Dead with
No
Chris, what's his
Talking
name?
Dead. I had to go cry. But no moving into John and Abigail's story and anything like that. Next week I will be starting my playthrough of Silent Hill 2 and South of Midnight, which I talked
Okay.
about the last time I was on 2 weeks ago. So super
Yeah.
stoked about that. I have been watching the Sherry Papini. I finished the just new Sherry Papini documentary on HBO. It's fucking crazy, you guys. Sorry for swearing. It's
That's all right.
wild. There's one already on Hulu that interviews the husband and the kids, and they do all this crazy shit, talk about how she would put rubbing alcohol in bags around their necks and make them walk around so it would drug them or something. Really wild stuff. And now this one is just about her. You guys know her story? She faked
No,
her
who
own
is this?
kidnapping.
And she left her shit by the side of the freeway?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that they could find her. She ran away with an ex-boyfriend or ex-fiance or something like that for 22 days, and the FBI got involved. And then she just came back one day and faked all this stuff about being kidnapped so that she wouldn't have to she was having an affair, and she was in prison for lying to the FBI. Anyway, so this documentary now goes through all of her stuff, and she takes lie detectors, and people are like, no, she's telling the truth and all this stuff, but they catch her in some very serious queries that are very interesting. So I would, if you like drama and lying white blonde women, I guess.
Thank you for answering that question, because that was coming up for me. It was like, was this a white woman if the FBI got involved?
You know it was. Yeah. Other than that, I saw 28 Days Later, which I guess we could, or 28 days, it's 28 years later, which we can talk about in After Party, maybe. I don't want to spoil anything.
Sure, yeah. Did you like it, though?
Yeah. I did like it. I liked it a lot. A lot of people are having a problem with the last 30 seconds of it, last 2 minutes of it.
Yeah, I think they need to get some whimsy in their hearts.
They need to get some fucking whimsy in their hearts. We have Clockwork Orange zombies. I'm very stoked about it.
Rebecca, did you finish it then?
No.
Right.
I've read about, like, Sarah, I went to go see it. Well, no. I went to go see it, but I had to leave with like 30 minutes left in the movie, so I haven't seen the ending. I know. Because my blood sugar was going crazy and I thought I was going to die.
She had to poop.
No, I had to I had to go walk around.
Oh, no, I'm
is what I had
sorry.
to do.
But yeah,
Sean wants to know if there's no eye gouging scene.
Oh, man.
I don't
In 28 Years Later?
I don't think there is, but there's some stellar shots otherwise.
Yeah,
in general.
We'll talk about it after party. I will do some minor complaints. I don't remember any eye gouging, so I think that's safe if that's what you are concerned about. And my horse's name is Storm, by the way, who is no more because she passed away, sadly. Thank you for caring. Okay, I'm all done with my segment. Thank you.
All right, Sarah, which category, which dollar amount within the consumed?
Uno, 500, first one.
Well, that's the one I just picked.
Oh, okay.
There's a non-zero chance this panelist will talk about seeing a musical.
Who is Rebecca?
Who is Rebecca Frost?
Oh, losers, it's Jake.
Oh, Jake. Wow.
And I actually did not see a musical this week.
That's why I said there's a non-zero chance. Jake, I wanted to write something meaner, but I didn't. I was going to put, this panelist is going to pitch something he wrote.
Yeah. Well,
that would have made it too obvious.
you should have. You should have. My original headline was, I wrote that. So it's so what I consumed this week are a couple of things that were so. I went back and I'm super psyched for Superman. I am very, very excited for that film. I spent 10 years on Smallville. I've written, sorry, Rebecca, Superman books and comics.
I want to hear it, Jake. Like don't you apologize.
Sarah hasn't met you. You can do your spiel.
And so I'm really excited for that. So I've been watching stuff like old Justice League Unlimited episodes and stuff like that. I also rewatched the full-length 3 and a bit hours of the Long Halloween animated film, which is really great. But, friends, by far the most important thing I consumed this week is binging Tiny Chef.
Listen, Nickelodeon, we're coming for you, dude.
We're coming for you.
I didn't even know what this was until I saw that people are losing their minds about it being canceled.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see the cancellation video, Tony?
Oh, Tony, do you want to cry?
No.
I think he does. He's not going to say yes.
But I had heard about Tiny Chef, especially when I was working at the Devil's Mountain of entertainment. And I thought it was cute. A lot of my friends were like, oh, you have to watch this, you have to watch this. And so after seeing all of the clips and the social media reaction and everything, I binged the show's Instagram account, and then we fired up Paramount Plus and watched a bunch of the episodes. And it is the sweetest, purest, funniest thing in the world.
It's extremely wholesome.
It's so good.
All right,
and it really is like laugh out loud funny too.
Mm-hmm. I had seen some Tiny Chef on TikTok, and so it came across my feed again of like with the Nickelodeon cancellation video, and I have loved seeing the responses of people being like, I didn't know about this until 30 seconds ago, but I'm willing to fight Nickelodeon to the death.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really great, and it's on Nick Jr. So it's targeted at preschoolers, but people like Kristen Bell and Ron Howard are the executive producers. RuPaul is the narrator on like half of the episodes, and it's one of those multi-level shows that is just brilliant. It's truly brilliant.
They have since raised a ton of money. I don't know the exact dollar amount, but our friend Florence Pugh has also contributed to the fund to save the tiny chef. So,
Good for her.
yeah.
Where's the money going? Are they just gonna like push it onto Nickelodeon's desk and be like, here?
No, it's the creators are gonna independently do it on YouTube.
Oh.
I
That
think.
was going to
Okay.
be my next question.
Yeah.
Oh,
How
Jim
does the
says
rights
over $800,000.
Whoa, good
Good
for
start.
them.
Good
Yeah.
start.
Is that everything, Jake?
Oh yeah, I think so.
Okay. Which
Let's
dollar amount?
let's go to number 3.
President of the Kirkland Brand Fan Club.
Tony.
Who is Quenty Tony?
This is the best picture I could find of Tony.
How did I
So
let
good.
someone get that far in focus? Like that's
Yeah, I know.
better than
I know.
I should
Tony,
have
what'd you
allowed.
consume?
So my wife was out of town all week for a work thing, and that
So
means
Mountain Dew, breakfast, dinner, and lunch.
all day long, all due long. I watched a whole bunch of movies that she wouldn't want to watch with me. She doesn't.
Nice.
She's not a big fan of scary movies. So I watched, especially zombie movies. So I watched 28 Days Later for the first time.
Yes.
It is
For
filmed.
the first time.
Yeah. I think they filmed it on a flip phone,
How'd you
Yeah.
like Sandra Bullock?
but it's still good.
Jake,
That's
yeah,
the-
How'd you like
that's the-
Sandra Bullock, dude?
I don't remember her being in this.
She's in a
one,
movie
but,
called 28.
Dresses.
Oh,
or
we lost
something?
Sarah.
Oh no, Sarah.
She paused.
Oh,
There she
you're
is.
back.
She's
She's
back.
back.
You're good.
Sorry, my connection keeps cutting out. Anyways.
But yeah, 28 Days Later, fantastic. Even with the potato quality video, which honestly, for the most part, looks pretty good. But then it'll flash to some scenes where it's like, oh my gosh.
It's rough.
I
Yeah.
believe it's the first video that was filmed specifically for DVD quality. And so they were like number one out the gate. So yeah,
Maybe,
maybe
yeah.
not great back then.
They should have stuck with film because there's movies much older than this that are much.
Well, but
sharper.
here's the
Look
thing I
better.
respect the hell out of Danny Boyle for is his willing to push boundaries with technology,
Sure.
which they really do in 28 years later.
I'm excited to see that one.
have mixed feelings about the iPhone business, which we can talk about in the after party.
So that was Monday night. Tuesday night, 28 weeks later.
Oh, how was it?
I liked it, not as much as 28 Days Later, though. It definitely had more spectacle and more, whiz bang, but the story I don't think was quite as good.
Tony, I have 2 words for you. Idris Elba.
Yeah, well, I mean, he was only in it for like 2 minutes.
That's all you need.
That's all you need, brother.
You're not wrong, Rob. You were
But
right.
yeah, it was good too, though. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It just didn't feel like it had as much of a maybe grounded story as 28 Days Later.
What, Tony, what kind of movies are those? What if you were to name a genre for these movies? What would you call them?
Don't do this, man.
Well, since you bring it up, Jake, they fall under the horror genre. Oh, gotcha.
Sarah,
and
we
then-
had a whole argument with Tony last week about
and you
the
know what?
word zombie.
It was
Really?
it was-
Okay,
it
I
was-
haven't listened. I'm a bad bench warmer. I will tune in.
Oh,
for
that's
that.
fine.
And having watched 28 Days and Weeks Later now, I will concede that those aren't zombies that they're dealing with. In
Thank
those
you,
movies. So,
Tony.
because zombies have to die and come back in 28
Ooh.
days later, 28 weeks
Tony,
later.
Egg
doing
wants
it
to know
again?
if you Egg wants to know if you've seen Sunshine.
What the heck is Sunshine?
Oh
Yes,
my
you need to watch
god,
that
you
movie.
gotta
Don't
watch
know about
Gotta watch
Sunshine.
that movie.
Okay, I'm adding
Alright.
it to my list too.
Oh my
Okay.
god, you guys! I only watched it for the first time
Sorry.
last year. Had my mind blown. It's one of Danny Boyle's best films,
Oh, Danny
Wow.
Boyle joint? Okay.
Yeah.
and Alex Garland,
And
was
Cillian
Ale-
Murphy.
Oh, you love
and,
him.
and Chris Evans. Like
Nice.
there's
Yeah.
stacked cast. Oh my god, you're gonna love it.
Nice. And then I needed something a little less wild, and so I landed on a movie that probably can't be made anymore. Tropic Thunder.
I watched that a few months ago.
I'd never
Oh
seen
my
it
God.
before. It somehow
Are you
slipped under
kidding
my
me?
radar.
This
Yeah.
is shocking to me about you, Tony. These
I
ones
know,
you haven't
'cause
seen.
as
one
I'm
of my
watching
most favorite characters in the whole wide world is Tom Cruise's character in that.
Oh my
movie.
gosh.
Oh, he's so good in it. Oh
Tom
my God.
Cruise needs once he's done trying to kill himself with stunts, he needs to only do comedy.
Isn't
I
there-
would
wasn't there
agree.
a
Yeah.
rumor they were trying to bring his character back in another movie.
Oh, that would be fantastic. Les Grossman.
Yeah, so good. My second favorite character of all time, Matthew McConaughey's character.
Oh yeah, I got your TiVo.
When he gets the TiVo.
Yeah. Other than I mean, like it's definitely a product of the time period.
Mm-hmm.
In the mid aughts, people were a lot freer with things like the R word and
Blackface.
whatnot. Well,
Freer is an
I-
interesting
what?
word to describe those
I
things.
don't
Sorry.
think.
Don't
Yeah,
just say
I
what you
wasn't
just
going to
said.
say that one. I wasn't going to say that one, Rebecca.
Don't act like you didn't just say what you just said. Hold on a minute. Let's bring that
I
back a
don't
minute.
feel like it's offensive to say the word blackface. I feel like it's offensive to do blackface.
No, he was like, it's freer to do things. I'm like, no, not
I
so much.
wasn't going to say that one. I wasn't going to say that one. Which is another reason why I still watch this, even from the lens of if I was watching it in 2008 or 9 when it came out. How did they get this past? Like,
Yeah.
2009 was a different time.
I tell you. But yeah. Anyway, so yeah, Tropic Thunder, problematic, also quite hilarious in many
It's so
spots.
funny.
Alien Romulus. Oh
Yes.
man, I hadn't watched this one yet, and
Oh my gosh, Tony, how are you watching all these movies for the first time?
I like it.
Because
I
of
like
his-
hearing about
because
it.
he can't watch it with his wife.
that's right.
Fair.
So Alien Romulus, I think it might be my favorite Aliens movie.
It's a good one.
Huh.
I really liked it. I mean, except for the fact that it had a woman protagonist saving the day.
Yeah, who wants to see that?
Yeah, like any
an
of the other
Aliens movie.
alien movies.
No, just kidding.
Give Tony a break there because it's 2025 and people are freer to say stuff like that.
That's right. We're freer to say things like that now. No, I thought it was absolutely fantastic. I love how they brought Rook back in and all the Wayland Yutani stuff. Just really cool. And just overall, a really cool, scary movie. So
Real butt clencher.
there was, although I did take a little bit of issue, and maybe I shouldn't, but I feel like they really accelerated the incubation time of aliens in this movie versus previous movies. I looked it up online, and they're like, I guess the community just kind of been like, oh, we're just going to widen that window of how long it takes to incubate an alien.
All
and
kinds of
whatnot.
variables and conditions.
Yeah. So overall, though, fantastic. And then I been on a bit of a Mike Judge kick with all the King of the Hill stuff, and I watched Extract. You guys ever watched Extract?
A long time ago.
It's pretty funny, but it's definitely one of those movies where it starts out, and by the time it ends, everything's kind of just right back where the movie started. And so,
I like
but
those
it's
kinds
got,
of movies.
yeah, and it's got a lot of funny jokes along the way. You got Jason Bateman, J.K. Simmons.
Oh God.
And why I can't believe I can't remember her name right now.
It's Olivia Wilde, isn't it?
No.
No.
Married to Ashton Kutcher.
Oh,
Mila
Mila
Kunis.
Kunis.
Mila Kunis.
Mila, yeah, Mila Kunis. And it was like 2009 when that came out. It had her and Kristen Wiig.
Oh
And-
God.
Wow, respectfully, they were both very, very good looking
Hotties.
women at that. Wow. I mean, they still are, don't get me wrong, but that was like peak hotties for them.
Peak.
And then last but not least, Rebecca sent me a link yesterday. Speaking of Kirkland Ambassador, Babish did a review on YouTube of all things Kirkland.
If you don't watch Binging with Babish or any of the Babish videos on YouTube, highly
great.
recommend. He's got a whole series. I have one of his cookbooks but he started on YouTube recreating foods from movies and TV shows.
Right.
And now he
I
has
love that concept.
Oh, it's his videos are so good, and his empire has grown to like we have like a couple of Babish knives. We have a bunch of like Babish kitchen utensils. But yeah, he did a Kirkland where he reviews every Kirkland brand product.
Every Kirkland brand product that has flavor. You know, he doesn't review like dish soap and stuff
Oh,
like that.
Dave, I was going to say, so did they do
Oh,
the
God.
detergent or
You
soap
know?
things?
Yeah, exactly. Kirkland X-Lax, you know.
The diapers were a lifesaver when my twins were little. I will say
sure.
that. Yeah.
I've heard that. Yeah, I've heard their diapers are good quality.
Remind me to
and
circle
very
back to
affordable.
that in the after party.
But
The diapers?
Yeah.
Circle back to diapers.
Yeah.
Check
From
it
one
out.
twin dad to another, I'm a little nervous, but okay.
you
If
you
you're-
shouldn't be. You shouldn't
If
be.
you're curious what he thought about all the Kirkland food stuffs, check it out. It's about an hour long, so it's a longer one. But spoiler alert, a lot of the stuff scores pretty high. So yeah,
Who amongst us is surprised?
I know. Oh, big
Did they
spoiler
sponsor
alert
him?
right here.
Did they give him money for that?
No, but
No.
I feel like the food court should have, because he basically loves everything from the food court, and he gave the hot
Not
dog.
the chicken bake though. He didn't like the chicken
minus
bake.
The chicken bake. I kind of feel the same about the chicken bake personally.
Sure.
But hot dog for $1.50, he gave it a 10 out of 10.
Heck yeah.
Is
Tony,
that
in the
everything?
Tony, in the after party, I want to know how caught up you are on Rick and Morty.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make an executive decision and go on to the next. Recently earned the nickname comicbookresources.com.
Who is Rob?
Yeah, that's
Who
correct.
is
That's our friend
Rob?
Robert Neal.
Oh my goodness.
You can't spell comicbookresources.com without Rob.
That's right. His picture in the forest is a lot nicer than my picture in the forest.
Yeah.
I've actually posed for mine. It was not a found footage versus,
Yeah,
His sweater looks nice.
it does.
It does.
My sweater was fur.
it's a very comfy sweater too. This week, continuing our watch through of Fringe, and loving everything about it, and especially knowing what's coming and who becomes a larger part of the cast down the road, or part of the characters down the road, seeing where people pop up earlier than you ever noticed the first watch through. So that's been a lot of fun. Abbott Elementary, again, 22 minutes of joy every time.
Great show.
And okay, Ironheart with the Hood, and I got some things to say about that in the after party. Just some things. So that was all of the video-ish stuff. Not going to mention N.K. Jemisin, but I have started reading James by Percival Elliott. I think 9 or 10 chapters in now, and I am still enjoying the book. I like the way that he is using code switching in the dialogue, between the internal dialogue and external dialogue of the character, to show that Jim is really intelligent and is very good at masquerading, as are many of the other slaves, to not let the townsfolk know that they are as smart, at least as smart as everyone else. That's been an interesting take. Just hit the riverboat scene, and I'm thinking I might actually have to go back and reread Huck Finn after this, just to do a juxtaposition of where the story is spot on the same, and then the perspective shifts between Huck and Jim's points of view for certain scenes.
After the riverboat scene, I had to stop the book and go on a walk because
Really?
The noise I let out at the end of that chapter
Fair enough.
was rough.
Understood. For those of you who are on the Discord, this week I was asked a question, how, kind of give a very brief synopsis of who the character Darkseid was and how do you learn more about him. One of the things that I mentioned in that, or that I failed to mention, was the history of the DC universe, which kind of talks about, this was done after 1985's Crisis on Infinite Earths by Marv Wolfman and George Perez. And it gives a history of, from DC's perspective, from basically the Big Bang through the Legion. However, there is a new version of this called, oddly enough, New History of the DC Universe by Mark Waid, and they're rewriting it after Doomsday Clock, which is the most recent crossover event in DC. And they do also talk about where Darkseid how Darkseid has affected the course of history in the DCU in a couple of major events. So I highly recommend it. This goes through the explosion of Krypton, if I remember correctly. Yes. But you also get, so not just the historical point of view, and it's really interesting because they do it from Barry Allen's perspective as the Flash, who has time traveled more than any other character in DC. So he's now like writing down a memoir that is the history of the DC universe. But along with that, you also get annotated information about every character that they mention and all of the major events with actual dates and issues for the different stories that they're referencing. So it is a true history of the DC universe as they're kind of recompiling it.
That's so cool.
What's the cover price on that, Rob?
Cover price on it is on the back. That's right. $5.99.
Oh,
It's
I like that.
Yeah, that's
Knowledge
not
is
bad.
cheap.
It's very reasonable.
I'm gonna wait for the trade, I think.
Yeah, so they'll probably
And
so
get
this
that.
one, when they did the original one, this was done in 2 issues, and there was a couple of months gap between them, and it took them years to do a combined issue, combined trade of it.
Oh.
But I get the feeling that DC is actually understanding that people want trades, given that they're doing things like their compact comics or they're collecting
It's true.
stories
Yeah.
in an individual cover. So I would not be surprised to find them doing I'm not sure how many issues this is going to be, at least 2. If it goes to 4, then I would expect sometime later this year or early next year they would do a compilation.
Sweet.
Also, yeah, not that. Giant size Age of Apocalypse X-Men with Miss Marvel running through the time stream again, revisiting the Age of Apocalypse shortly after Bishop apparently did it the first time. So there are references and characters that you'll, if you read the Age of Apocalypse storyline originally, that you will see in a couple of cases in a slightly different light. Fantastic Zero, number 33.
Oh, I don't like what he's doing there.
No. Basically, 5 issues back, Ben Grimm lost his powers. And they've kind of quantum entangled all 4 of the Fantastic Four. So if one of them loses their powers, they will all start to lose their powers.
Oh, no.
So now they're trying to jumpstart Ben's Rocky Hide.
Well, so now he's turning back into person?
He is, he's been straight human. He's been a human for 4 issues now. And they've been
So
trying various things to get his powers back. And
So that's a
failing.
really interesting philosophical quandary then, isn't it? Because if Ben loses his, because Ben I don't know much about the Fantastic Four, but he seems to be the one who dislikes his powers the most.
Okay, so originally he was the one who disliked his powers the most, but he's come over 50 years of Fantastic Four 60 years of Fantastic Four to appreciate them, and Ben is truly the heart of the Fantastic Four. One of the great early issues of Fantastic Four that talks about, Ben and his dilemma of being a very otherwise decent person, but having a monstrous exterior is This Man, This Monster. And if you can find that, you should definitely read it. But watching what the family does to try and make sure that Ben can get his powers back, not just so that they get theirs, but because they want Ben to, Ben has gone back and forth about being human and being the Thing many times and has come to terms with both sides of it. But they know that, he's happier as the Thing with his 1 week of humanity. Doom cured the Thing, but Doom did that because, let's face it, it gets back at Richards for not being smart enough to do it permanently.
Cured by spite.
Yeah, it totally. It was a
In
total
spite,
spite
I
thing,
should say. Yeah.
because that's a
How I
Victor
was
thing.
cured.
But
Never cured.
but this issue does something, and I am really coming to respect Ryan North more as a writer, because this issue, while focusing on the problem of solving Ben's powers, focuses on, of all characters, Herbie.
Oh.
It is a total Herbie story. It is told from Herbie's point of view. Or if you need a Herbie with arms, you get this one as well.
Oh.
And it's really interesting because in a way similar to James Gunn making people care about a walking tree and a trash panda, you get to care for Herbie in this. And like in 50 something years of Herbie being around, it's kind of like, okay, he's there. And especially like anybody who grew up in the 70s with the Fantastic Four cartoon, with them using Herbie to replace the Human Torch, and everybody hated that. It's the first time you were like, "Aw, Herbie, oh, dude," very Wally-like way. So definitely recommend that. Wonder Woman number 9, a very interesting take on the mythology of the labyrinth and the Minotaur.
Ooh, yeah.
We
I
were
love
also
this.
kind of reintroduced. I'm sorry, it's the Absolute Wonder Woman number 9, not the standard title. Kind of reintroduced to the Absolute Universe's version of Ferdinand the Minotaur, who's been a long-running mainstay in the main book. And lastly, Mr. Terrific, Year
man.
One.
Well, that's a
Issue 2.
sick cover.
This
is
cool.
I put the cover they gave me back to get this one because I was like, "No, I gotta have this one." And we find out how Michael Holt was inspired by Terry Sloan, the original Mr. Terrific, to become the modern Mr. Terrific. So there you go.
Excellent. Awesome. Thank you, Rob. And then consume for 500. Get ready for some rave reviews of F1 the movie and Megan 2.0.
Here's
and
Kerry Jackson. Oh, no.
He hasn't
Kerry
seen a
Jackson.
movie. Before I talk about those, I will mention I read 2 books on Jake Black's recommendation, Assassination Vacation and The Wordy Shipmates, both by Sarah Vowell. Extremely My Shit, Assassination Vacation, this woman who is fascinated by presidential assassinations and goes to visit all of the relevant locations related to these presidents and their assassinations. Just extremely my shit, and this is the type of person I want to hang out with, and she seems to have fallen off the face of the earth.
And she also is the voice of Violet in The Incredibles.
Oh, is she?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I listened to the audiobooks. The audiobooks have a stacked cast with original music by Michael Giacchino, which is all. If you were to lay a trail of this particular book to a trap, I would be caught in the trap. It was just extremely my shit. So thank you so much for the recommendations, Jake. Ironheart, watched first 3 episodes, immediately messaged everyone I knew to see if they were caught up because I had things I wanted to talk about. And the thing I love about Marvel TV shows is the soundtracks, and I think the soundtrack for Ironheart is no exception. It rules, and I'm super fascinated by what they're doing, and I am so bummed out with the way Disney as a whole has handled this show. Rob knows what I'm talking about. Started this new season of The Bear. They should end it after this season.
I've been meaning to watch it.
I think they should end it after this season, honestly.
Going downhill, huh?
Not downhill. I just kind of feel like we've tapped that tree.
Oh.
Yeah. And movies. Megan 2.0. Matugan. This, if you liked the first Megan, if you liked the horror elements of it, Megan 2.0 is an entirely different movie. Megan 2.0 is not a horror movie. Megan 2.0 is an action comedy. It is Terminator 2 for the gays. It is
For the gays?
Yeah, man. Well, I mean, or it's so I don't know I don't know if you've seen the marketing for Megan. You honestly can't escape it if you have ad tiers on any of your streaming services. But the vibe that those trailers and the marketing has doesn't necessarily carry over to the movie. She is sassy, but she's not like flamboyantly sassy. But they definitely lean more into the campiness of the first movie and the comedy of it. And this it's more of an action movie. It's robot fighting robot. And I would watch 10 more of these movies. I loved it a lot. Yes, Sarah, question. Yeah.
I've never seen Megan. Why?
Okay.
But I'm interested in the concept of going from a horror movie to action comedy. How did that jump? How did they make that jump?
So the screening that I went to, people were leaving saying, "Oh, it wasn't like the first movie." I think if you liked Megan for the horror elements of it, you're gonna be disappointed. The first movie, the way that they do the horror is more of like killer doll doing mysterious things, and you don't know, and being like creepy about it. Whereas this one, they just don't have any horror elements at all. And it's just more of a Terminator 2 type movie, which I liked. But if you're a Megan fan for the horror of it, you might be disappointed. But like I said, I would watch 10 more of these movies. Sign me up. Yes, Rob.
Did you see Allison Williams' interview this week on Stephen Colbert?
No, but she is this franchise's biggest cheerleader. She's a producer on both films, I think. And she has said that she wants to do a trilogy of these movies. I think they should. But she has been this franchise's biggest cheerleader since the beginning. Which
in the third one, will the E be flipped around?
Oh, I don't know.
Yes.
And she becomes a real girl.
My Threegan.
I just want to just a note on that film too. The music was composed by Provo-born Chris Bacon.
Oh, heck.
Yep.
That's where I was born also.
Does his middle name have a P?
Sure does.
Yes, crispy bacon.
Ay, ay, ay. And then F1 the movie. Do not call it F1. If you just call it F1, they take you out back and shoot you. It is F1 the movie.
Oh, God.
And never since Josie and the Pussycats have I seen more advertisements for products in a movie.
Oh, God. This
But that's
is
just
what I suspected.
it's just the nature of this type of movie, because it is about F1 and racing, and there's brands. If there's an open spot, there's a brand logo.
That's how racing is, you know?
Yeah.
Didn't you see Mystery Man?
Oh, I love Mr.
But
Man.
that came out before Josie and the
Mr.
Pussycats.
Amazing. No, Mr. Amazing. Oh, okay, fair.
Yeah.
It's got all the patches.
Like I said, I saw this in Debox. So Debox's biggest fan. I thought this was a hoot and a half in Debox.
I think
this
you're just like racing and Debox together. That is a theme for you.
So I am a big Top Gear fan. British Top Gear, big fan before they got canceled. And
Which time?
What?
Which time? Like the Jeremy Clarkson?
Yeah, like Jeremy, but like I said, before they got
Gotcha.
Culturally canceled.
Oh, God.
This is from Joseph Kosinski, who did Top Gun Maverick. So F1 the movie, biggest dad movie of the year so far. This movie is specifically for dads. It is about an old man coming out of semi-retirement, to school a younger generation, and does it with finesse despite a back injury. Like, this is the most dad movie. What?
Top Gun Maverick 2.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
On the ground.
It is this year's dad movie.
Well,
TM.
They did Days of Thunder, so it's probably Days of Thunder Maverick. Then
Well, they're
Well,
looking to do that. They're looking to do that.
The old guy coming back to teach the younger class.
no, right?
is-
I know.
But also the director being the same for both movies. What he just did a thing talking about the camera work that they did, because for Top Gun, they went to add cameras for Maverick. They went to add cameras into the plane, and the Navy was like, okay, one camera, and they went up to like 6 per cockpit to get all of the shots that they needed. But he was mentioning that with F1, you can't do that because every ounce that you add to the car slows it down.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
So
There's
they
a
had to
lot
come
of
up
that. There's a lot of that in this movie about the car design itself and trying to get those seconds.
Yep.
I had a blast. The thing is, so I do my ratings out of 5 stars. 3.5 felt
6.
too low, but 4 felt too high. So it's somewhere between 3.5 and 4 stars. Like,
Like
it's
It's a 5-star,
3.75?
3-star movie.
in my heart it's 5 stars because I had fun. But as the quality of movie that I'm watching with critical eyes, the story's kind of weak. And Brad Pitt, I have my own personal biases against Brad Pitt, but I'm trying to, put that aside as I watch the movie. And Javier Bardem in it was awesome. He was looking good.
Gaib.
And yeah, and I at one point did lean forward in my seat because I was like, oh my god, what's gonna happen next? And then I realized, and I was like, okay, don't be that guy who's like way too into the racing.
Don't be the
movie.
dad.
Yeah, don't be the dad who's way into the racing movie. So
Jake, I think we're being disparaged.
I was just gonna say the same thing, Rob.
hey, I never said
Hear
anything.
any disparaging.
Okay, you
Don't
guys,
be the dad.
Was implied.
this episode's running long, so sorry, or you're welcome, whichever one works for you. We're gonna go to Final Jeopardy. Are you guys ready?
Oh God.
Ready?
Did you have fun? Yes or no?
I was hoping it
Yes.
was Gowron again.
Oh God, that would have been good. I can't believe I got both of them.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Oh, there he is. Oh, okay.
Florian, out into your house.
Now we're talking.
Okay, everybody, we're gonna go over.
I miss Carrie very much, but I love Lord of the Flies situation that Rebecca takes over with.
Well, thank God Carrie's back next week, because I don't know that I want to spend another Friday doing this. So we're going to head over to the after party, geekshowgotdiscovered.com. You can join us over there. Thank you so much for listening or watching or however you participate in this show. We love having you, and we will see you over at the after party and next time. Okay, bye-bye.